So now that we've done the overall views of Kraken and how to use that, we've had a little bit of technical issues when using it over the past few weeks, just with the huge amount of people that are rejoining and wanting to get back into the crypto game, and their servers have been overloaded. So one of the leading exchanges that I use and a lot of people use in the UK, which has a number of different options on how to trade, hold, and a number of other things. We're going to go over the basics here. So it is a little bit overwhelming at first. So once you first log in, you'll be welcomed with a screen similar to this. It will have your balances on it, and as you can see here, you've got fiat and spot. So fiat and spot is where you hold your money, and spot is when you buy without leverage. So you're just buying to hold it. So one for one, like you would for shares or stocks or anything like that. Or if you go to buy 100 apples, you hold 100 apples. There's no leverage or no borrowing. Then you've got your margin account, your futures account, your CoinM futures, peer-to-peer lending, and other bits of stuff that you can do. And these down here, what covered is X, it's quite a lot more advanced. Futures is something that we do because you can leverage and increase your gains, but then again you can also increase your losses. So crypto does move quite volatile, and there is a lot of volatility in it, so the swings are fairly big, so you can make 20%, 30% in a week very, very easily. So it's not really necessary to use leverage unless you're an advanced trader. You've got 2 or 3 years under your belt, you understand what you're looking for, you understand exit strategies for trades, and you are comfortable with holding a large amount of risk perhaps. So for this, you want to concentrate on fiat and spot. So with this, if I click into it, it will have my current holdings, and I've turned off so you can't actually see what the value is, but what you'll have, it'll say your total value, how many coins that you hold, what's in orders, and the BTC value. So what you've got to understand is that the price of coins is derived from the BTC value, and that's what is the driving factor to all cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, you generally speak about Bitcoin in US dollars, and from there the altcoins are driven by Bitcoin dominance. So if the dominance of Bitcoin is high, the altcoins is going to be low because there's a lot of concentration on Bitcoin and it's dominating the market cap. So that's where the money's flowing to. What you need to understand is not to focus too much on the US dollar value. So if say we're buying Komodo that we see here, or Chainlink Link, try not to focus too much on the actual dollar value when charting. You'll see a lot of people and professionals do chart these coins, and the coins are actually charted in BTC, and the reason for that is the driving vehicle for the price influxes. So it's like a trickle down effect. So if the BTC value if you trade Link against BTC and that drops, what'll happen is the USD value of Link USD, that'll drop significantly more because it's Link. Because as BTC price is dropping, the Satoshi price, the price of the US dollar is dropping even more. So it's like a double effect. So that's a little golden nugget there. So always check the BTC chart to see what the next move might be and how it might play out, because that will 100% affect the US dollar value of the coin that you're going to invest in. So to start out, what you want to do is see you've got markets at the top here. Don't bother about that. Trade, that's what we want to do. Derivatives, ignore these two for the time being, and want to go into trade. There's a number of different ways, similar to how there was on Kraken. There's a simple, classic, blah, 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 blah. What we want to use is advanced, and it's not all that advanced. And once you have a play around with it, start with a relatively small amount of money, maybe $100, $200, and just play about with it for a week or two just to get comfortable. And what you want to do is not overexpose yourself, so just concentrate on one or two sort of pairs for the moment, understand how the market's moving, getting in and out perhaps, and setting buy orders and sell orders, sell limits and profits and whatnot, and then you can be comfortable dealing with a couple of different other pairs. So let's get started on this. So click on advanced, and what this will do is take you to a screen like this, and as you see the top left hand corner, I've not been on the desktop version for a while, so it might talk me through it. It looks slightly different to my last one, but here we go. So from here, select coin pair in your top corner, set spot or margin, so you can actually margin trade on here, so you can leverage with this. Not what we want to do, so spot, keep it at spot. Place your order over here in the right hand corner. It's good that it's doing this because it's talking us through it, and it'll talk you through it again just to remind you when you do end up joining. And obviously there's more stuff there, and you can customize stuff. I've not. Let's have a look. There's ways of doing it. So if we have it on the pro version, it's just really simple, and in the top corner we want BTC USDT, and what you'll find on here, you won't find anything, and it's classed as fiat, so you can trade GBP pairs, but you're limited. See how many there is there? There's only like 10. So a lot of the time what you will get is I don't even think there's USD, just pure USD on here. Let's have a look. Fiat, and if we look down, there isn't actually any USD. It's USDT or USDC. You can trade GBP and Euro pairs, but there's no actual USD, sorry. So generally speaking, all the pairs are pinned to a stablecoin, and the stablecoin of this exchange is USDT, and a stablecoin is a cryptocurrency that is pegged to a non-volatile fiat as such, or a crypto. So this should be backed. The USDT is a little bit skeptical at the moment with people, because Tether don't actually get audited. USDC do, and it's backed by Coinbase as well, so they've actually got the money to back it with. So when you're holding on these exchanges, another nugget for you is to hold your currency in USDC. So once you get onto the exchange and you deposit your GBP, what you want to do is go to GBP. Right, so there we've found it. We've got GBP USDT. So once you have logged in, it costs you £1.50 to put your GBP into Binance. And once you've done that, you want to exchange it to USDT. And how you do that is select it here. What you want it to do is buy USDT. So 100%, sell your GBP, and to buy USDT. So you want to just select it, full lot, and then sell. And what it'll do then is change it to USDT. And once you've done that, to hold it safe, you can select USDT, USDC. Just type it in, and then again, total amount 100%, and change it, and then hold it in USDC. Of course, it's a lot more stable, it's safer, they get audited, it's not going to go anywhere, and it's pegged to the dollar 1 for 1, as you can see here, 1.0001. And when you're wanting to trade, what you want to do is take the amount you're wanting to trade. So say for example you want to trade $500 of USDT, so type $500 of USDC here, sell, boom, and then swap it into USDT. And from that you can choose XRP USDT, for example, go onto the charts, and again it's exactly the same as Kraken in the fact that you've got your limit. You can buy at market, you can buy 100% if you want. So at the moment I've got 5,000 XRP, so I can click sell, which is not what I want to do at market price at the moment because I'm holding it, but I can set a limit, and I've actually got some orders open which you can see here already, but XRP is not on there. So if I were to put XRP on there, so if I want to sell XRP at $1 and I put 100% and I put it's a limit order, so that's selling XRP at $1. That's how much it'd return. So sell, and you see now down here it says XRP USDT limit sell price £1. That's the amount I'm selling. It's not filled at all because the price is nowhere near it at the minute. It's 0.46. However, you'll notice here that I have very, very minimal XRP available, and that's because once you put an order on the order book, that allocates the amounts. You can't do anything with that, because then if that order was to execute and you've already done something else with the coins, if you've sold it or messed about with it, then you're effectively getting double bubble or however much amount that you're messing about with. So that's just something to be clear. So if you do want to change that and you want to sell half of it at 0.6 or 60 cents, you'd have to cancel and then reallocate how many coins you want to sell. So if you want to sell 40%, you would type 0.6 and work this way up to 40%, sell, and then what that would do is, if we put that in now, you'll see it's allocated 40% of my holdings to be sold, and I've still got the remainder in. So then I can scale out going up, so I can then put another 40% at 70 cents, and then the remaining 20% at 0.8 or whatever price that I determine that I want to do that. So I'll cancel that because at the minute I want to hold this long term. So it's very, very simple, and what you can do with this as well is you can set stops which will cancel you out, and I use the OCO order, and what OCO order is one cancels the other. So in effect, the benefits of using this as opposed to Kraken is that on Kraken, if you can't effectively have two orders open at the same time because your coins are allocated, like I've just mentioned. So what you have to do is either choose whether you want to set a stop loss just in case the market goes in the incorrect way for yourself, and be constantly active and checking price and seeing that the price is going to be near your target and execute that manually. The beauty of this on Binance is the fact that you can set this. So price at the top is your profit price, so where you want to exit the market. So let's put that at $1.5. The stop is where you'd want it triggering. So if price rockets down, I'm happy to cut my losses to save the rest of my bank balance at 0.3. And what this will do is trigger whatever hits first. So if $1.50 is hit before 0.3, the order will get cancelled. So I'll show you in a minute. So what you want to do is just allow, because the market moves fast, a little bit of slippage is 0.29 perhaps. So if we just do, for example, say 6%, sell, and what you'll see here is two orders. So you've got a limit marker to sell that, and a stop loss limit to sell there. So what will happen is that's allocated that small amount, and what happens is if the market moves against you and hits the price of 0.3, so 30 cents, that are the trigger conditions. So what happens is a sell limit gets triggered for $0.29, so 29 cents, and this order at the top will completely disappear. So if price does go down to 0.3 but never reaches 0.29, what you'll have to do is manually re-enter a $1.5 because the order will have been cancelled because your order has been triggered. So that's something that you need to be aware of. But if price was hit at 0.3 and did continue to go below 0.29, you will be out of the market at 0.29. So that's one thing to bear in mind. So there is a benefit here. you can have damage limitation on Binance, which is something that is not yet implemented on Kraken. So just keep that in mind. So you can have staggered intervals. So as you can probably see from, let me just cancel that. So what you can see here is I've got something similar with Ethereum, but I don't have a stop loss on it because I'm willing to hold it for however. But I have got a portion, 50% to be sold at that price and 50% to be sold at that. So you can split your orders up. So if you want to stagger, say I want to sell here, 50% here, 25% there, and 25% there, you can do that through the order book, which is here. So hopefully that just gives you a really brief overview of Binance, and this is something that you can do on your mobile. The mobile app is very, very similar to this. I have done a really quick video, which you'll see previously, but this is what it looks like on here. Don't worry about derivatives, finance, and everything like that. All you want to be bothered about is the trade, advanced. Make sure you're on spot. That is one thing to make sure on. So you're 1 for 1, and understand that you've got a limit. If you want to get out of the market immediately, you always do it at market price. There is a slight fee incurred, which is slightly higher, but the fees are very, very low on here. So limit, you can choose the price that you want to be selling at or buying at. So you can set a buy limit for below the price as well, or you can set one for above. So if the price rises and you think it's going to keep going, if it gets above 0.65221, you can set a limit in and gets you in the market and continues to keep going. So that's just a really quick overview of Binance. So hopefully if you understand that, great. If not, just drop me a message. More than happy to go through it in a little bit more detail. But thanks for taking the time to watch, and I will catch you in the next video.